All right, I just pulled up a BTC chart, so if you guys can see it, let me know. When is Popcat gonna blow its load? I don't know. We can take a look at it. So I am looking at Bitcoin right now, and honestly, Bitcoin, it doesn't necessarily look bearish by any means. We're starting on the 1 hour, right? But I think let's move to the weekly chart. If someone can handle like muting hot mics and stuff, that would be fantastic. So here's the thing with BTC, and here's the like, let's say like the zones of interest that I have on Bitcoin. Why did that go off? It's so weird. I don't know. One sec. Okay. Zones of interest that I have on BTC here, guys. Pretty much looking at this tap. Yeah, I'm recording, Jacob. You're good. Pre-pump ding. We'll see. We just tapped this weekly level here last night on that pump. And so, let me change that. It says daily. Let me change that to weekly. And so, I think, just looking at this, guys, it's going to be really important that we get above that level, that weekly level here. This is pretty much our last lower high on this BTC chart on the weekly. I honestly think it's not going to be easy knocking out this supply at 65K. I think it's going to be, in my opinion, something that probably takes a few days to happen, which for altcoins, like, that's fine. It's not something that I'm worried about necessarily. Just looking at Bitcoin here, we'll go through here and then we'll go look at BTC dominance. So overall, guys, last night we pretty much came and tapped our weekend lows. I would like to see on BTC a move down to grab the liquidity pretty much like about here before I look to take a long. And this is strictly on Bitcoin. FUD long, I don't know, bro. I mean, you could simply take a long at range lows, right? Just looking at this here. These lows are range lows until they're broken, right? But are they going to break? I don't know. I think that overall, my thoughts are kind of like this. Let me take a fib pull from low to high. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Honestly, if this is going to be like, if we're going to blast off from here and hold these lows, I think we do it now. I think you probably hold the golden pocket here. I think this goes right now. If this doesn't go right now, then I just don't think that this holds this zone down here. I don't think that it holds again for like a long up to these range highs. I think maybe you could milk this for something like this where it comes down, rejection, and then something like that. I could see that happening, but pretty much it. And this isn't really even a long that I'm interested in, guys. Like, super tight stops. And to me, like, it's just the more taps you have of the support, I just feel like the less likely it is to hold. So if I were to long BTC, probably going to happen down here. So that's pretty much my thoughts on Bitcoin. And preferably, I do not want to see these highs being retested. these 61 334 highs. The reason being is everyone wants a clean retest, right? You want to see these high retested and then a push to the upside. Usually what happens if price action is bullish is you're going to front run those highs on a retest. And if price action is not bullish, instead of perfectly bouncing here, it just breaks down, pushes down lower. Exactly. No easy entries. It's not just going to be perfect retest and then boom. So I think you gotta look for a long on the taking if these lows get taken here. And then yeah, you could potentially DCA, but something like this. It's probably a FUD TP too. Like I wouldn't exit here completely. Probably like 40% out at these highs, and then recompound if it comes down lower. Because I think honestly, it wouldn't surprise me to just chop. It really do be a FUD TP. Because I'm seriously looking at, I know this circle is huge here, but on the weekly you can tell, like I am really looking at this 67 to 68 zone. Yeah, it's kind of my thoughts here on BTC, guys. Yeah, exactly. I think this is a good time to see alts run, and let's look at Bitcoin dominance now, because I think that should be helpful for people to take a look at it. $69 RR trades. Hey, if I had them in my back pocket, I would be dishing them out, I promise. Those are nice trades, yep. I see what you did there. Yeah, so Bitcoin dominance on the daily. I mean, we're pretty much just pulling back here after a really strong run to the upside. What do I think going forward? I mean, the uptrend hasn't been lost here necessarily, so it's difficult to just, think that, okay, Bitcoin dominance is topped for sure. Alts are going to run, and that's that. I think that it wouldn't surprise me to see Bitcoin dominance come down at least a little lower. See what it does here at 56%. Bullish scenario would honestly be at losing this low and then coming down. I think if this level at 56.7 doesn't hold, that actually would be a pretty nice move to the downside for Bitcoin dominance. Maybe you would retest this demand line or something like this. This would be a pretty nice move for altcoins if it came all the way down to retest this. That would be nice. So we'll see what happens though. And then ETH BTC on the other hand, is starting to look a little better. So on the daily, you did have, well, let's see, would I consider this daily bull div? Yeah, you got daily bull div here. It's difficult though because of the candles. Whenever you have so many candles of data, it's hard to really call it that. 3-day bull div, I would call it that. Yeah, close enough. Enough for it to play out, in my opinion. So you are getting a supply line break here on ETH BTC. Good to see it trying to get above the 4-hour 200 moving averages here. You already had a retest of 0.04, so would not be surprised to see this push higher. Let's get on the daily. Getting rejected by the 50 moving average on the daily, but I still think this thing, I think it probably comes up to retest this level here at 0.04 still. I'd be watching for something like that. Higher time frame is really what matters here though on ETH BTC. So just look at the weekly chart here, guys. Let me adjust this just a bit. I see the most confluence pretty much right here. And honestly, like, this is where you would expect at least a pity bounce here on ETH BTC. We've got horizontal and diagonal support. I think it would make a lot of sense for ETH BTC to, at the very least, come up to this weekly supply before its next rejection. So probably delete that horizontal and look to see what happens here. You got so much resistance above you on ETH BTC that it's kind of difficult to say where this is going to go. Is this just going to be another lower high? I don't know yet. We'll see. But for now, ETH BTC is showing strength on lower time frames. Okay. Do you guys want to look at any of the total charts, others dominance, any of those? Or do you want to look at coins? Yeah, sounds good. So we can look at Dixie. I don't know. Dixie, it hasn't been well correlated to cryptos. And yeah, like you said, Ripperino, I mean, Dixie is at these higher time frame range lows here. I will say the monthly is going to be pretty important here on Dixie. Will be very interesting to see what happens here. Because honestly, this would be the lowest, if it closed here, this would be the lowest candle close on Dixie. Pretty much, I mean, yeah, technically since December 2023, but in my opinion, like, you'd really just be looking down here. This would be the next lowest candle close in March of 2022, which makes sense because of rate cuts and everything. But does this correlate with cryptos? I wouldn't consider it to be. I mean, as you can see, even today, like lower time frames, like the daily chart, Dixie's technically positive. USDT dominance is still negative for the day. Let me pull up a different layout here on USDTD because that chart is too busy. Alright, so the other week when we were looking at USDT dominance, I'm actually really happy that this third higher low didn't play out. Reason being is that, especially looking at this, guys, looks like the lower high here really made the difference. So as you can see, like, you had your high, low, higher high, higher low. But because this was a lower high, looks like USDT dominance, instead of having this sort of three rising valleys sort of let's say like structure here, it's looking more like this. Where I'm most likely expecting a bounce at this zone. It wouldn't surprise me. 4 hour, you've got some bullish divergence here. This is pretty much like, I would just consider this to be range lows now on USDT dominance. Look at it in terms of this. So yeah, highs, lows. Now you're pretty much sitting at support here on USTTD. But overall, if you had to, point a gun to my head and say which way, to me this looks, on the daily chart, especially, for now it looks bullish. It still could put in a higher low here. And that's the thing, like we just talked about, guys. Like, looking at Bitcoin is pretty much right at a place where it can reject and put in another lower high, or break through it and finally make a higher high. So kind of makes sense that USDT dominance is in a similar position. All right, so it's kind of my thoughts on this right now. If you end up breaking this zone of support on USDT dominance, especially if you start closing daily candles here under 5.28%, that's actually when I start getting more bullish on cryptos and think we probably head up to 70K again. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I pretty much just said that once we lose, if we lose 5.28% on USDT dominance on the daily, then I think cryptos, we have to go ahead for things to be more bullish towards like 70K or so. I wouldn't be surprised. But as long as we're still above that on USDT dominance, I still don't think we are out of the woods here. Like I said, if we put in a lower high on BTC again, this would just be another higher low on USDT dominance. So that's what I'm pretty much the point I'm trying to get across. Yeah, Dante, so the dollar, I think we just looked at Dixie. I was pretty much just saying, like, on the monthly, Dixie is in a place where it's at range lows, but if it closes the monthly where it currently is, for example, that'll be like the lowest monthly candle close really since December of 2023. But I mean, if you break below these lows, I mean, that's when you start getting into territory you haven't seen since 2022. So okay, let's take a look at BNB. BNB is chatting because CZ is getting out of jail pretty soon, isn't he? When is he getting out of jail? It's coming up, isn't it? '29th. Today is the 23rd. Wow. So, congrats to CZ. Congratulations, CZ, for successfully evading the law I'm just kidding. I don't know. To me, like, for crypto guys, CZ's the fucking GOAT. I gotta say. The way he handles those order books, the way that he puts in, like, the masterclass he puts in those order books, bro. Dude he's a friggin' killer. And the things he's taught the people at his other, people under him at Binance, like, it's pretty impressive, I gotta say. And I think that's pretty evident in his coin, honestly. I mean, what other exchange coin has this beautiful amount of PA combined with market cap, combined with everything? To me, BNB is top tier. Would I long BNB here? Probably not. I longed it yesterday on that dip before weekly close. At this point, though, you've got a fresh daily level right above you that we could get rejected from. And wouldn't be surprised if you see something like this. But honestly, like, this isn't really a structure that I'm, like, super confident in where I'd be looking for a higher low, if that makes sense. Especially if you hit that daily. Yeah. I think if you were to try to take a long here on BNB, you'd want something like this. And I wouldn't even be looking to... I would probably keep my stops pretty tight. I'm thinking here. Retest these highs or what? You already closed above them. I think I'd prefer something like this. Why crypto madness? It's true, man. I mean, finally, that's like, this is finally now pretty much confirmed to be your first higher low. Ever since you had price action back here in May. I think you could consider this to be an inverted head and shoulders of sorts. It is, like, a little ugly looking because your left shoulder's so close to your head. But the higher low on the right is what does it for me. Technically, you got pretty much an $800 target, so... So we'll see how it goes. Alright, guys. I got time to look at one more thing. Anyone want to look at Ethereum? Bonk? I don't think I'm gonna look up Bonk, bro. I'm sorry. Bonk is a shit coin. Maybe one day. For now, I'm gonna stick to Ethereum. Alright, so Ethereum here. Pretty much SFPing these highs for now on ETH. If you guys wanted to get in a trade here on Ethereum, I think that a nice place to do so would be here at 25.18. We didn't run those lows yesterday, so if we do that now, that would actually be a nice trade, in my opinion. That would also allow these oscillators to reset more so, because right now, this thing needs to at least come down to 50 for me. This is like triple bear divs here right now on ETH. So it's not really something I want to long into. You get these lows though, ran on ETH, then I'd be interested. Don't be hating. It's Bonk though, man. Bonk is it's a weak S coin. Maybe for you guys we can look at it. Like, look at this thing. This is like nothing. Look from the low to the high. This thing is only up like 22%. You know what's up even more than that? Fucking Ethereum went up 24%. Do you think your shitcoin should go up less than Ethereum? I don't think so. Ponky over Bonk. What's Ponky doing? This doesn't look bad. Look at this. This is a true shitcoin. 65% up the lows. I feel like this is kind of flagging. I say kind of because it's taking a while to break. So I will say that. But I do like what I'm seeing here. I think that either you buy the breakout or you buy a retest of this level here. You bought the OB? Nice. Yeah, this one's not looking bad. When Neocoin, someone else would have to make it, bro. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Okay, guys. I will look at one more. I just got a really busy day ahead of me, so in it's been crazy so far already, so I can try to check out one more for you guys. Montana asked for render a little bit above in chat, so I'm going to take a look at that. Yeah, so render's moving pretty well with Tau right now. I think render is probably going to get rejected here for now. If I were to guess, I think get a retest though. Nice area to potentially buy. Fill that FVG too. Yeah, I think that would be a good place to start looking for a long. Ideally, you'd want to see it lose these lows, retest, and then come down, or something like that. And then see if you get a reaction when it comes down to retest these highs here. It's pretty similar to what you got right here, right? You see how it came down, retested, pretty much double tapped it, but then pushed to the upside. It's kind of what you're looking for here. Safe to enter near now. There you go, Ralph. Oh, Ralph, come on. You want to take over for me, bro? It's okay. Iron Hand can take over for me. Iron Hand's not at work. He can do it for me. I'm at work too. Bro is gonna stream from his phone? That's dedication right there. Dedication. That's crazy, bro. From the work, bro's using work equipment to be on Discord. That is crazy. That is next level dedication. I'm proud of you, man. He's got a new lemon emoji, I see. Alright, guys. Thanks, McPositive. Appreciate you. Good luck with your McDonald's shift, bro. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys for another stream next week. That'll do it for me today. Recording will be up later for those that couldn't be here the whole time. But have a great week, everyone. Stay safe out there. And I'll catch you guys soon, alright? Alright, peace, guys. Thank you.